Hey everyone, Mike McClelland coming to you from Lake Lanier. We're here at the SPRO Sunline Gamakatsu Riders Conference, and everybody knows that I love to throw a jerkbait. If I'm not offshore throwing a football jig or a Carolina rig or something like that, everybody knows that I'm going to be up catching them on a jerkbait. And the thing that I want to talk about today is just kind of the whole basis of where it all started. I mean, I came on board with SPRO and we introduced the McStick 110, and I mean, it's been a phenomenal bait. I mean, it's caught fish for the last 5 years across the country. You know, then we came with the 95, the 85. You know, we've got all these various jerk baits. The new 115 is the newest of the lineup, and there's a lot of excitement around this bait. But one thing I want to talk about today specifically, and I feel like it's the two baits that get the least amount of discussion, is the 85 and the 95. And I mean, these are two baits that really have a lot of uses, and just because you haven't seen me on TV winning with them doesn't mean they're not a big part of the arsenal. The thing that's cool about the 95 is anytime you're put in that situation, especially in the you know, the pre-spawn into the spawning, post-spawn period, the 95 is a bait that I rely on a lot. And the reason for that is you get so much just bait fish up in the backs of these pockets. You know, you get a lot of these bass when they're guarding fry, when they're guarding their beds, they're totally bothered by, you know, the little ghost minnows and the little brim and various things like that. And that's where this 95 really comes into play. It's a little bit shallower diving bait, and you've got all of the colors you need in this 95 to get the job done. I mean, we've got spooky shad, we've got so many different colors to get the job done. So anytime fish are up in the backs of pockets, when they're up on the bank, guarding fry, guarding beds, the 95 is a bait that I do a lot of work with. The other bait I want to talk about is the 85. You know, the 85 is one of those baits that when you go into this pre-spawn period and these fish are starting to spawn and you get these cold fronts like we've been faced with this year, this is the bait that I lean to when those fish back off. You know, if they get up and they start getting ready to spawn and then you get a cold front and they pull back out, this is a bait that I like to throw right down the middle of the guts and the creeks and the pockets, things like that. It's a deeper diving bait. It's a bait that I can fish more like a crankbait. It's kind of that variation when you don't really know if they want a crankbait or if they want a jerkbait still. The McStick 85 is the bait that I go to. So just to give you a little help on jerkbait fishing, don't forget the 85 and 95 this year when you get on the water.